What's going on, everybody? We are back here with the Mixing Pot Podcast, episode 107.
No.
What was it?
6.
Damn, I was so close. I was confident on that shit, too.
You know-
Anyway,
and you
we are
know-
back, 106.
And I literally was just listening to a bunch of the podcasts from the last few weeks, and I literally said it on you. You got it right. And I was like, you good. You got it. And I'm like, yeah, once it hits the teens, you going to mess up.
Fuck it. We was close to the teens, too.
We didn't even get there. Jesus
Shit,
Christ.
fuck it. But anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. All those holidays are over. It's a new year, so we're back again here with the Mixing Pot Podcast. Everybody, hello, Tariq. How you feeling today,
Oh,
pal?
my God. It's been a long time coming.
It has been a long
we
time
we
coming.
missed last week, man. I missed you, my friend.
I know. I was stressed out. I didn't get Cinnabon. I hated my life. I wanted to KMS, but it's okay.
I figured. I said, you didn't get no Cinnabon. It's okay. Enjoy your time off.
Yeah.
I got some money to make anyway. I got things going on.
Exactly.
Why not? So, I know you ain't do nothing but sit here and play video games anyway.
No,
so.
I actually tried to not KMS.
You probably just sat here and play video games.
Exactly.
So,
What the fuck? That's how I cope with everything.
okay, that's what I'm saying. That's all.
But anyway, we got a special guest in the building, everybody. Somebody that was very long awaited, very highly requested. He hails from South Atlanta. He is a South Atlanta baby.
Lithonia.
No.
Lithonia.
No. It's East Atlanta.
Banghead.
South Atlanta. He's a North Atlanta,
Atlanta.
kid. He's
Zone
from Gwinnett
6.
County. Joshua Norman, everybody. Zone 6, Zone 3, Zone 2. How many zones you got,
It's been forever. We've been trying to do this, and we're just so happy you're here now.
No, real question. How many zones are in Atlanta?
There are 6.
And you're the last zone? You're from the last zone?
Yeah.
How does it feel to be last?
You always save the best for last.
I like that answer. See, this is why we got him on the podcast, everybody.
Welcome. 106. Zone
Exactly.
6,
Exactly. Zone 6. We should name the episode Zone 6.
Zone 6.
Zone 6 episode.
All right.
That's the title.
Unless something else funnier comes up, then.
I mean, yeah. A lot of funny things.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Especially with him on here.
There's a lot.
Anyway, how you feeling today, Josh?
I'm just a chill guy, my dog Cujo, he beat the case today.
I don't know how.
That's a standing ovation. What the fuck?
How?
That's a good one.
What lawyer did he have? He had Thugs. He had Johnny Cochran with him. Like, what lawyer did you have that he
If
beat
you're
the case?
in New England, shout out to Michael Santamaro. You got to go tap in. Okay.
Tap in, because he'll get you and your dog off.
For real.
What commercial was he on?
I'm dead.
Just referred through a friend, He be handling his business, though. We was only in the courthouse for 15 minutes. Walked in, said, hey. He disappeared into a room for a few minutes. I hear mumbling through a wall. And then he comes out and he said, all right, let's get out of here. That was pretty much it.
Damn. That lady must have been pissed, huh?
She didn't even show up.
Oh, wow. There you
Craziest part, right?
There you go.
Fucking wild.
So, all because of false accusations.
Accusations.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, before we get into our details about everything, our drink of the day today, ladies and gentlemen, we are sponsored by Minute Maid Lemonade, because it puts a smile on our face, and so it puts a smile on yours. Every sip. Is that the slogan?
No, not at all.
I know. What is their slogan?
Where are the drinks? Where are the alcoholics?
It's Lent, bro.
I thought we said Josh is gonna be on. I was excited. I thought there was gonna be some tequila. Bro. I thought there was gonna be whiskey. God damn it! Where the hell is the gin at? Like,
see, this is why we gotta take a cut back from drinking all.
Oh
the time,
my goodness, it's Kiana.
We start getting alcoholic characteristics.
Oh, what up?
Now we gotta edit that out.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Thank you.
Anyway, but
Are we still live?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
Oh shit.
So no drinks. So we're just drinking.
This is the drink, bro.
We're drinking lemonade.
Yo, you remember last time when you went on Lent too, and we didn't.
I
drink
I do
alcohol,
know
bro?
I do
You
know
remember that?
sweets. I do know sweets.
Yeah, and you remember what we drank?
Did you see how much sugar's in there?
It's
Let me
made with
see.
real lemons, bro.
You see what he does? I have to drink lemonade.
Hey. Don't forget. There we go. See? 106 episodes
100
strong, baby. We got
Hey.
zone 6 in the building, baby.
Hey, 10 years of friendship, 8 years of graduation together. It's all of it right here.
It's been a long ass time.
Low-key tastes like lake.
It does not. Not low key at all.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into weekends, everybody. Let's start off with our guest of the hour, Mr. Norman. How you doing today?
Good. This weekend I flew back up. I was out in Atlanta on vacation for a little while, and came back up to go to NECAN. It's the like New England Cannabis Convention, and I was just out there doing some networking.
Why are you laughing at him?
It's this level of coonery and industry
I'm just happy.
why I never
I'm happy
came.
that he's here.
onto the show.
I'm happy that you're here.
This is going to be one of those short episodes. I feel it. We're going to give the people what they want.
No, so you went to, what did you say it was? NECAN?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the New England Cannabis Convention.
Okay.
Where was that at?
It was out in Boston at the Heinz Convention Center. It's 2 days.
Okay. All
It's like
right.
my third one going to, so it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Talk your shit. Talk your
Nice,
shit.
nice.
You made some good connects and shit?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So
Handing out a bunch of business cards.
you already know. We got a digital one that I be using. It's like a QR code.
On dot?
No, I have the dot card too.
Okay.
But I like this one. It's called Blink with a Q. And you can just throw it right there on the side.
Okay.
And like when you scan it, you know what I'm saying? You put a little
Look at the professionalism over here. Smooth pick over here too. Very professional.
Is Blink BLINK
with a Q. And then you can put all your
Okay.
shit, your email,
Yep.
the link, everything.
Okay.
And then when like you scan my shit, it'll like put it automatically in your contacts. You just add it as a contact, and
Yeah.
it has an option to send your information back to the person.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
I'll automatically just exchange it and shit.
Yeah, that's what Dot does too. Cause like literally, I'll get mad people that literally would just scan the card real quick. Everything pops up, boom, and it's like you save it right there.
Hell yeah. They definitely reinvented that shit after COVID too. They were like, yo, we gotta move to QR codes.
I mean, it's a lot easier.
The only thing I don't like about that in modern day is going to a restaurant and not getting a menu and them expecting you to scan the fucking table. I hate that.
at restaurants, yes. I think for like when you're like doing things like what Josh does or I do, like it's a lot easier to have the dot cards. And you know what they have? They have like wristbands too, so you literally could just tap the wristband. Yeah, someone showed me that at an event. I said, damn. But like the dot cards are just a lot easier. So I mean, I like mine. The only thing is like when it's like a lot of people, I got to keep pulling it out. I would rather have like the actual business cards and be like, yeah, here, and then someone can tap it from there or whatever. But I mean, they're still nice though.
What else did you get into? That was it?
Went to some after parties, you know. Went to the spot called the Grand in Royale. It was straight.
In Boston?
Yeah,
Downtown?
yeah.
All right.
It was smooth, so I just did that and then hung out at the house, getting things back in order since I was gone for so long.
Okay, talk your shit.
And like I said, Cujo had to beat that case today, so we was
Again,
getting ready for that.
another round of applause for Cujo for beating that case, everybody. We love that dog. We love the fuck out of that dog around here. Anyway,
Cujo.
what about you, Tariq? How you doing?
Well, we've been off for a few weeks, so you know. 2 weeks ago, me Tiana took out her dad for his birthday. Shout out to Andrew. We went to
Who?
Tiana's dad.
Her name's Andrew. I mean, his
Angel.
name's Andrew.
Angel.
Word.
Not
I thought
Andrew.
you said Andrew. I said, what
yeah,
the hell?
no, Angel.
I was like, I would have known that by now. If
no. We went to Captain Louis' seafood boil, which was really good, and we went to Dave and Buster's and chilled after. But this weekend, of course, I'm in New York with the kids, Bronxwood Prep. These kids just be acting a fool. Let's just be honest. We made mozzarella sticks this week, and instead of doing breadcrumbs, I used Doritos, and I learned that Doritos get hella soggy after you're dipping it in the egg so many times. So after like the first few cheese, the cheese that had like all the breadings on it, bro, it was just clumps of breadcrumb Doritos on them, bro.
I'm dead.
Bro. And then these kids were like freaked out. It was like Doritos. I was like, y'all ain't never seen videos with like people frying Takis and food, or like y'all ain't never seen fried chicken with cornflakes. They said cornflakes. What?
I ain't gonna lie, that should be busting.
I'm like,
The cornflakes, it's fire.
I'm like, y'all never. Yeah, I'm like, y'all got all these TikToks. Y'all ain't never seen that stuff. They're like, what kind of TikToks you be watching? I'm like, what? I'm like, regular videos. So, it was funny. I got a rental as well. My car is in the shop.
That boy in a Hyundai.
Yeah,
Stop playing.
2024
Talk your
Hyundai
shit.
Tucson.
Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family.
Just for now. 'Cause
Yeah,
my
yeah.
car is coming back soon. Okay, you know, but people want this.
He gonna buy that shit.
Hell no, that joint is expensive. It's nice though. It is a nice car. I definitely will give it that.
You got like lane departure, all that shit.
It had instead of the actual like ignition to put it into like
It's that little.
it's instead of like putting it into like drive and stuff, it literally has buttons. You literally
Oh,
press
got the
to
button.
drive, park, and reverse.
Oh no! On the one that I had, it's like a little knob. You just turn, like where the ignition would be, and then it like goes to park and shit like that. The Prindle was on the side of the steering wheel.
The Prindle. Yeah, no, mine's is literally buttons. So I'm like, okay, cool, but it is really nice. I'm like, I'm not used to having like all the cameras, the side cameras, freaking.
You use them?
Yeah, I do. I don't like using them because I'm used to like not having them in my car. But I mean, I use it. I can't be. Look, if you don't give me the cars with all the features, I might as well see what they work. So, and then over the weekend, me and Tiana watched Bella. We was parents for a weekend, so you know it was nice, cool. We took it to see Snow White. Movie was cool.
Got some good practice.
Yeah, we ain't make a baby, but we was watching it. We was watching a child. So we did what we did. With David Buster's, you know, made pizzas with Bella. We played a bunch of games with her. And we Instacarted, and Bella was, you know, in the stores acting a fool. But, you know, it is what it is. So,
How was the movie?
Snow White, it was cool. I was, like, falling asleep a little.
I already knew you was.
It was long. It was long.
Like what, like 3 hours?
It was, like, 2. It was, like, 2 hours. It was fun. It was fine, but it's that musical stuff. And I started realizing, like, what you be saying about musicals. They just started singing. It's just, like, can we just get on with the movie?
Like, these niggas was just talking. Like, all
Yeah,
of a sudden,
it's-
just burst
Now
out
just
into-
burst out of the
It's
song
just-
with random people
bro, and
jumping
then-
out of nowhere.
And then I watched Wicked finally, and then even that did the same thing. And I'm like, bro,
That's on like Peacock.
it's
now.
on Peacock now.
But
Yeah,
I mean, have y'all never seen like the Oz? Like the Wizard of Oz or Oz?
yeah. I've never had I mean, I don't have a
Those
problem
are
with it.
musicals too, though. Like Michael Jackson was the Scarecrow and he was boogieing down.
That
Yeah.
was the Wiz,
Like,
nigga.
That was,
what did I say? The
Oz.
Oz, the Wizard of Oz, and the Wiz. Yeah,
Yeah.
The Wiz is the one.
no, I don't have a problem with musicals,
Yeah, the Wiz
but
was the
just seeing it like how they were doing it, I was just like, all right, I see why Andrew be pissed off at the time in the movie
'Cause
theaters.
the one, well okay,
Wiz.
Wicked was pretty good.
Wicked
though.
was good.
Wicked was pretty good.
I admit, Wicked. We enjoyed Wicked.
And I like, yeah,
That's
and
the
then,
favorite part.
and I like. No, Tiana's is freaking. I want to be popular.
Yep,
Yo, she
favorite
be saying
part
that
also.
all the time. I'm like, yo, shut up.
But-
no, it was good though. I like the plot twist to how they're actually gonna do part 2. So I mean, I rock with it.
But The Color Purple, when you going in expecting to see something like The Color Purple, some serious shit, and they burst out into song and dance numbers and shit, what the fuck? What is going on?
Yeah,
You feel me? Like, shit don't make sense. So it's like, yeah, nah. Only on some things do the musical effects work, but not everything. And that doesn't need to be a fucking trend either, just coming out with a bunch of musical movies.
yeah.
Because now what Disney's doing, they died down on all that Pixar shit, and now they're pushing out
Every
the
live action.
real live action shit. And it's like, bro,
Yeah,
like,
a lot of
we don't need that.
A lot of people don't like the CGI on Snow White though.
That CGI probably looks scary on them dwarves.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. And then they didn't. A lot of people say that that movie sucked. It was like Gal Gadot's characters sucked. They said the dwarves look crazy. I I was like, I mean, it was alright to me. So
It's a movie, but
I wasn't crazy, but you know, Bella enjoyed it. Bella was watching it, so
That's all that matters, right?
exactly. I didn't go there for me. I wasn't gonna watch it if it wasn't for Bella. So 9. Mm-hmm. Yeah, should
I
be
told you, Shorty about to be 16 driving, bro.
should be 10 in December. So
Be like, Bella, bring my car back. Shut up.
yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bro, my mom sent me a picture today of all the things she got from Dave & Buster's. She said, "Did she get this with you?" I said, "Yeah." She's like, "All right, just making sure." She had a bunch of random things in her book bag. I'm like, I don't know about them other ones, but those we got from Dave & Buster's. She used all my goddamn points up for them damn stuffed animals. So, but yeah, you know,
You got plans with those points?
yeah, whatever, to keep saving them and get something else in Dave & Buster's.
I'm just kidding.
Not that long. We go to Dave & Buster's like all the time. So that's tells you how much I actually had.
You been to the other thing at the mall yet?
Level 9 no.
Yeah.
It was packed in there on Saturday too.
Hey, what's going on over there? Huh?
Don't worry about that.
Anyway,
Oh no, I haven't been there yet. I want to try it out.
It's smooth.
Level 99.
you went?
I haven't been to the one here in Prov. I went to the one in Natick. That was the first one. It was smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to check it out soon.
That's like somewhere you take somebody who likes challenges with you, like, because if you go in there with a bunch of people who just be butting heads all the time, bro, that shit can get.
Was it kind of? Is it
Yeah.
kind of
A lot
like that
of teamwork
place we
at
went for
Yeah,
your birthday?
okay.
That time? At the R1, and they had all the rooms and shit.
Has, like, racetracks. It's
Yeah.
live video games. Like there's one where there's like you have to walk through like
The axes, right?
axes. That one's fun. There's like rooms that you can go in.
We should-
do, like different times. So it's kind of like the mission that we did. Like the last
The little escape.
It's a
It's
lot.
kind of like escape rooms, but a bunch of different missions. We should go.
But I only went to the Natick one. This one's probably bigger.
It looks huge.
Looks huge.
It looks huge. So
Restaurant too.
yeah, I seen that.
God damn.
Yeah, I seen that.
Like Natick, then.
Yeah.
Natick.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta go. We should check it out. Yeah.
As a group, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm down for that. But yeah, that was my weekend. So Drew.
That's cool. My weekend, I was Jimi Hendrix for the weekend.
Okay.
In Boston.
Did you have a bandana dipped in LSD?
No, I wish I did though. That'd have been actually crazy. Actually, no, that doesn't sound lit at all because I would have been on the streets of Boston probably. So
You
yeah,
might have been in the woods of New Hampshire.
no cap. I don't know. We just started shooting him, and then he just ran off into traffic. But yeah, nah. The shoot was actually pretty fun. I had fun on the shoot. The outfits that they brought out were pretty spot on too. We had we brought a stylist on this time, and her name was Greta, and she has this like little boutique out in Somerville, I believe it is. And she just had a bunch of like articles of clothing. I went out there to see her. You remember that week I told you I was going out to get sized and shit. Went out there to Cambridge, got sized, and then she just went through her inventory at the store and like literally grabbed a bunch of different pieces that would coincide with like Jimi Hendrix style and stuff like that. She had the scarves, everything. Like I had that shit was actually pretty fire. Like I actually really liked the fit. We went over to Northeastern. We had went on that campus first and like was shooting around there. And then we went around like Cambridge, and then we went over to Commonwealth Ave. And then after that, we went on to Fenway, and that's when niggas was really tripping. Like,
Yeah.
they were like, oh, yo. So it was funny, right? There were right outside the House of Blues. You know how they got the like mural of all the like black artists and stuff, right? So I was taking a picture right in front of there, but my fit was I had this like I had this like floral jacket on with no shirt, and it was cold as shit because it was breezy as hell that day, but it's still I was doing it. I had these red pants on, but I had a bandana around my head and a bandana on the left side of my on my left thigh, and then I had the guitar, and like I was taking the picture, and there were 2 tour buses where we were shooting right in front of it, and people were like, yo, like yo, I know you, da 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 da. Like other people were like, oh shit, Jimi Hendrix, da da da. But a group of white people came up to me, and they were like, yo, we know you. And then they were like, yo, you do that song. And he turned around to his girl, and he's like, babe, yeah, that song, this song. They're like, na 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 na. And I was like, na 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 na. And they're like, yeah. They got hyped, right? Look. Yeah. So they got hyped, right? And they're like, yeah. You saw us. We saw you in Staten Island. You came out to Staten Island. I was like, yeah. They were like, you performing tonight? I was like, what? And I was like, they were like, yeah, you performing here tonight? And I was like, oh, yeah. And they're like, what time? And I was like, oh, I go on at 8. They were like, oh, we got dinner reservations at 9, but we'll try to pop in. And I was like, all right. They're like, yeah, that's great. That's crazy.
Yo.
And they walked down the street, and they were geeking, right? I turned back over to Eric, Greta, and Ty was there. And they were just like, yo, did you just fucking lie to those people? And I was like, I literally looked at it, I was like, yeah, fuck it, right? And they were just like, yo, what the fuck? But mad people start after that. That's when people started going like, yo, this is probably somebody famous type shit. So there were people across the street on the other side, and there was this one dude. He literally was walking by, and he seen me taking the pictures. He pulls out his camera and literally is doing this, like recording me. And then I was like, yo, Eric. Eric was taking a photo of me, and then I was like, yo, Eric, look behind you. And then the dude looks, and he's like, oh, sorry. And then he's like, nah, you can take pictures. It's fine. That shit was funny though, but people really thought I was somebody famous.
Bro, that's hilarious.
That shit
He said, no, yeah.
bro, but no, when I did not know this song, bro. I did not know what song they were saying.
Bro.
But he was geeked up, bro. He literally turned to his girl and said, babe.
Continue.
Babe. That song. Nah, nah, nah. I was like, oh shit. I just played along though. That shit was funny as hell.
That's
what else happened?
Killing me with that shit.
After that,
and only Drew can pull it off,
Bro.
too. That's the crazy part.
nah, the best time.
The nigga, you know who he is.
Like,
Bro.
damn, he really know that song?
Nah, the best one I think I ever pulled off to where I impressed myself was when we were at your sister's Sweet 16, bro. And it was me and Cam, and we was sitting at the bar area, but there was no bartender behind there, and nothing, like no service was getting done. And they started going around, and they was pulling people in to do like a dance or some shit like that. And they came running over to me and Cam, and as soon as they ran over, I turned over and I was like, yeah, can I get like, and Cam literally turns and looked at me because there was no one behind the bar. And the people that came up to try to grab us, they seen I was doing that, and they were like, oh, okay, just walked off and shit. Cam seen that, started geeking, bro. He was screaming at the top of his lungs. He was like, yo, you're crazy, bro. I said, they stopped fucking with us though, didn't they?
That's funny.
As long as you seem busy, bro, people won't fuck with you, bro. Like, literally. At work, just make yourself look busy. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Well, nigga, I'm gonna make it look like I'm doing something, but I'm really just sitting here leaning.
Drew be on the laptop just typing things. Nigga don't even.
You always got to do that little. Just make it seem like. Just make it seem like you having a bad day. Literally, come on. I'm just repeatedly hitting the backspace button.
Look, you can't do that around certain people. They'll come over. Is everything all right?
Literally.
You need help? And I'm like, yo, back.
Just immediately shut the laptop.
No, I'm about to go on lunch anyways.
It's fine. I'm good. I'm all right.
Pull it, Josh. I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into that shit.
Crazy, bro.
We're gonna get into some of these stories, these chronicle stories of you.
I didn't know I have stomach problems.
First, let's just start easy, okay? Let's just start easy. Why did you want to become a chef, Josh? Tell the people why does Joshua Norman want to become a chef?
How did you become origin story?
How did you become Chef Norm?
Well, is this thing on? Deadass, I've low-key been cooking since I could see over the counter. Like, I used to follow my parents around the kitchen and shit. As soon as I was tall enough to see over it, they let me start helping cook. Like, start off easy with breakfast, and then, like, Then I learned how to fire up the grill, and I'm started grilling ribs and pork chops and shit like that.
Hold on. Before you go into depth, did y'all see that shit that Future said about, before I was even born, my parents was never around. Like, he came into this world by
I
himself.
just saw this shit.
What?
I did just see that shit. He's a different nigga, bro.
Nigga said, wait, so what? Your mom pushed you out and said, all right, little bro, you on your own. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He said, yeah, ever since I can remember, my parents never been around, like, even when I was a kid or something. He said something crazy.
Oh, you had it right the first time.
Yeah,
because I went back to reread it and that shit disappeared. And I'm like,
what is this nigga saying? But nah, it just reminded me because you were like, ever since I could remember. But anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah.
Over the counter?
Yeah, learn how to cook, learn how to grill, just do all sorts of little shit, you know what I'm saying? To the points where, like, sometimes they just come home and I'd be like, hey, I made food. And they're like, the fuck, this nigga made dinner? Like, I'm like, yeah, I did do that, yeah. But I don't know. I guess one summer they signed me up to go to this culinary camp. It was called Chef Tech Academy at the time. And it was at Emory University. So it was like a summer camp program. And I went there after my 9th grade year, going into 10th grade, that little summer between.
So this was like your Votech type shit, in a way?
It was just a camp that I went to.
Just for a summer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that summer was crazy because, like, I don't know, I came in, I guess I had some skills or whatever. And they, like, just helped me kind of refine them. And they're like, dude, you know you can do this as a job, right? And I'm like, can I? Mm-hmm. And then, like, I was, like, a team leader there at the camp and shit. And, I even went on TV. I was on the news live cooking. Like, the chef told me to, when I was, like,
15?
14?
Oh, what, 14? Okay.
13, 14, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was on Channel 2?
I don't remember. I think it was. I just talked to my chef when I was back home, and he said he has the tape, so I told him he has to send me a copy, so I'll send that to y'all. But
I'd geek out.
yeah, this nigga told me to bring my salmon recipe because I was making this shit all the time at home. It was like an island pepper style, like, sauce that I had put on the salmon, and I would, like, grill it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I brought it. The chef never tried it before, but he was like, you know, I got so much confidence in you. Just bring your dish in and your ingredients. We're going to make a sample plate when you get here. And he had like 4 or 5 other kids over there, like, working on salads and shit. And, like, they're like, all right, you do this, you do this. And they had somebody, like, present it and shit. We were on the news, and, like, we fed the news team.
Wow. That's
That's tough.
Yeah, I remember the producer of the show coming out with her own plate. She was like, I'll trade y'all. And, like, took the full plate and, like, handed us her real plate she kept in the back or some shit. And it was just mad funny. But yeah, fast forward through, I started smoking weed, guys, and
What the fuck?
It was a crazy transition.
I'm just trying to speed along the timeline.
No, you're good, you're good.
So I started smoking weed a little bit, and then, you know, I get the munchies, and, you know,
That's where you was just letting me just experiment with something.
yeah, I would always be at home cooking anyways, but then I was older and I'm like getting a little fried and I'm like, damn, what can I make? And I just go crazy out the fridge. And then I'm like, yo, I really can just get fried and make food for a living. And that's when I discovered J-Woo and the CIA and shit. Mm-hmm. My parents were kind of pushing me to go to CIA more than J-Woo. I wanted to go to J-Woo.
Oh, so you wanted to go to J-Woo.
I wanted to go to J-Woo because they had a campus in Carolina, you know. Oh, yeah, that was only 4 hours away from Atlanta. So they were like, nah, you need to write us a paper on why you want to go to there over the other school. And as soon as I was like, I'll just go to the other school, they're like, okay.
You didn't want to.
Yeah, I won't write no fucking paper. Like,
They just
Bro, I swear they had to be throwing money at our parents, bro, because, like, there's no way in hell, like, all 3 of our stories are similar. Well, you already were preset.
I had some
I
scholars.
I was already set. I was like, I'm not going to J-Woo. So
Your parents, it seems like, did not even give you an option.
they gave him the option. He didn't take the option.
No, he wasn't. I'd do the same shit you. I'm not writing a fucking paper to go to a school. What the hell? I did all this shit to get in already. Like, what?
Yeah, their whole reasoning was now telling me now is like, well, I mean, why would you not want to go to the best?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of
And
how
I'm
they
like-
When you looked at
they
it, yeah.
coerced me. They were just like, "Do you want to just go to JWU and or do you want to be somebody?" And I'm like, "Well, now that you put it that way, let me go to the other school." Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dead ass. And my sister's like one of her friends growing up, like childhood friends, apparently was a graduate from there as an alumni, and he was working like over the Delta like private Sky Club lounge, like cooking all their food, and like he's like managing the whole operation. So I'm like, oh shit, like
That's dope. Yeah.
yeah. But so that was my referral as well, and goddamn that chef tech shit, because you know you had to work 6 months. So I was a sous chef at Emory University through the chef that I met at the Chef Tech Academy.
Oh wow.
And that was my little shit that I did for like 6 months to a year or something like that. Can't remember. But it was the funniest thing I found out when I'm walking in. They're like, oh, a little history. The two exec chefs that we have for the two frat houses, they're both women. They're the first black women to ever be chefs here. I'm like, okay, cool. That's dope. Like 2 for 1 special. And then they're like, also, these two fraternities are the oldest Confederate fraternities in America.
That they're cooking for.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're like, so you're gonna be their sous chef for both houses. I was like, oh, okay. And like, if somebody took off, then I'd have to run the kitchen that day and shit. So, nigga, they literally had me in there whipping shit. Like, it'd be crazy.
It was fun though, right?
It was fun. I went in there a little too fried one time, and bro, literally whipped up that food, and I went and sat on the frat house like couch, and I just knocked out for like a cool 20 minutes, just burnt, because I literally showed up and there was nothing done. The chef literally was like dying, sick. It was like, I gotta go home.
Fuck, I
I'm
gotta
like,
do this shit.
I gotta prep a whole dinner right now, and I have like 3 hours for like 85 people.
Okay. Damn.
That's one house.
8. Okay.
So I just took that house since, you know what I'm saying, the other chef was like, don't worry, I'll just do that one. But yeah, that was fun, cooking for Confederate fraternities. And yeah, that's how I got to the CIA.
Your transitions are just immaculate. Okay.
Kid was cooking for the Klan.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We always talk about literally the first day we stepped on campus. Me and Drew met in Hudson Hall. Then the first day of orientation, we met you. Literally.
Yeah.
What was your first impressions of us?
I'm like, oh shit, there's other niggas here.
That's literally the only thought that went to my head, because
Instantly.
when we touched down and I seen all those white coats and I seen nothing but white faces, I said, this is not for me. What did my mom get me into? Like, that's literally all I said to myself. And then I turn and I see Tariq and I say, a nigga, I gotta assimilate.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I talked to my sister about that shit. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do up here? Ain't no black people up here. She was like, well, just remember, everybody up there don't know nobody for real unless they came there together. And even still, that don't mean shit. So just make friends, and you'll the ones who matter stick around. You feel me? And here we are 10 years later. So,
Bro, no, you want to know what the craziest thing about me and Josh, how we started? Because it's not even, we didn't keep hanging out after that. We met at that orientation shit, but we went home on break. You remember? We had that minute break. So I'm in Jersey coming back up, and I forgot I had gotten his number type shit. So he calls me, and then I'm like, what the fuck, who's calling me from this number? And I remember answering it, and he's like, yo. And I'm like, yo, who is this? Like, he was like, yo, it's Josh, da-da-da-da-da. Yo, like, are you around, bro? And I was just like, I'm on my way up to, like, campus. Like, why? What's up? And he was like, yo, like, you think you could pick me up, bro? Like, these white people got me over here. He was with Garrett and them, chilling with him. And they had him at a fucking house party. It was not a house party, though. That shit was, like, dead.
we were just at Garrett's crib. But
Yeah,
it was
just
like,
chilling, bro.
I swear it was almost 10 people there. It felt like
That shit was
we were
ass.
just having a slumber party before they let us on campus the day before, and like they were not trying to let me
Bro, so
out of
he
their
goes-
sight.
He goes, yo, can you come just get me? Da-da-da-da. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, and I was pretty close. I was only 2 hours away from home at that point.
Yeah.
So, like, I was just like, fuck it. I pull up on him. He was like, yo, like, no, we pull up. We're chilling at this party, and the party was dead. And I was like, yo, let's smoke. Garrett goes, yeah, we could smoke outside. Da, 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 da. We go to get ready to smoke outside. He's like, oh, yeah, yo, my dad's tripping. Da, da, da. We can't smoke out here. Da, da, da. So we were like, all right,
And that's what I was dealing with the whole time. Little situations like that. They'd be hyping and be like, yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't let me out their sight. I don't know why they wouldn't let me out their sight. I was the only black person around. I don't know.
Bro.
But they made me feel comfortable. I didn't feel.
So that was going on, right? And I'm like, bro, like, we could literally just either smoke in my car or we could go find some other shit. And he was like, yo, I got a boy that has a crib out here. His name is John. So I'm like, fuck it. Let's go to John's. Like, that was the first time ever. Me and Josh, that was our first adventure ever going to John's, bro.
Off to the trap. That's funny as hell.
Ever since then, it was fucking history. I walked into John's crib. I looked around. I said, nah, this is the trap. John was like, what? I was like, yo, your name is Trap from now on. He was like, what? All right. Caught on. Everybody was calling him fucking... I forgot what they were calling him. It was Johnny Pax is another one, but they were calling him something else too before that. I was just like, nah, his name's Trap.
That's so funny because people really would be like, hey, have you seen Trap today? And I'm like, who? Oh.
John? Yeah.
You know what's so funny? So, like, similar to you, I would never even... we met Josh at orientation, but I never, like, hung with Josh until sophomore year. But anytime I would see him, because he would have fundies before me, so anytime we seen each other, we always used to give each other the craziest daps, and everyone used to be in there flinching, like, "What the hell?"
Like, oh,
but
what
like,
are they doing?
It didn't matter what it was. But what's good, James? Oh, John. Oh, Chris. Josh. Instantly, everyone was like, "What the hell?" Like, and that was literally that's the only way we really bonded. We didn't say what up. We didn't talk to each other. We didn't have a conversation before class. No, literally just a dap, and that was it. That's literally how me and Josh got started.
Hey,
and
bro, that's so crazy. It really was like I almost forgot. Yo, he really was like Barack Obama in that scene where he walked down the line.
Like the Key and Peele one.
Yeah.
Pleasure. Pleasure.
Like,
Pleasure. My nigga. What's happening?
That's literally all it was.
bro. Yeah, early memories. Then there was that. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. That rival gang of that group of kids that we just never really interacted with, but whenever we were in the egg, they were always like staring at us.
Oh, that was like Mike and
like I don't understand that. Mike, you remember Mike?
Which one?
He was like
you remember Rebecca? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Like
you remember
all
that
them all them boys and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And like I don't know what the beef was because we never had arguments with the kids
they
or
were,
nothing.
They were acting mad opposite.
But they would, he said mad.
I mean,
offish.
I had issues because of Alexis and everything, but outside of that, I don't know. I just felt like certain people just kind of turned me away from them. So I was like, I ain't rocking with them over there. So,
but whenever we would be around them, bro, we'd be like, look. And we would all look over. They'd be staring at us too, bro. That should be so funny.
It'd be like some shit in the 80s.
Literally like some gang fight, bro. That shit was hilarious. But yeah, getting dropped off at that fucking school that early was ass.
yeah. Why did you decide to go 3 weeks early?
Bro, the same reason everybody else did. They gave us free money.
They give us, yeah.
You start 3 weeks early, and then you get a 3-week break, and then you come back. We'll give you bread.
Yeah.
Bro, what? I literally graduated, and then I literally turned 18, and then I was like, my parents were all right.
Yeah. That's literally the exact story. It's how it happened.
Yeah.
Whole summer robbed. Whole summer, bro. I'll never forget that as long as I live, bro.
It's funny,
That
my
shit was
parents
crazy.
were drug testing me at that time. So remember, I wasn't even smoking when I first met you.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. What, at the start, what was the craziest class that you had to take? Just freshman year, off the rip.
Dude, I'm just trying to even remember what we had. For most of the time, we were in fucking fundies.
Fundies, culinary math, product knowledge.
That was the only class I ever got to be in.
Product knowledge.
87.
Yo, no bullshit. I think I had to retake PK.
Really?
I think I messed up or like missed a day, and then I messed up on a test, and then
That
it
last
fucked
test.
me up. Because you know you
How
like
did
missed, like, 3
how did
days
they
and
have you take
flunk.
it? I remember that.
We all had the-
Daryl Hall.
Didn't we all have the same class? Yeah.
We did.
We all
First
Johnny
time.
was in it too. John was in
yeah.
it.
We
Yeah,
all
were in it.
had the same class.
But yo, I remember that final test.
we had to go up to the
and he
front.
sat in the middle, bro, and he was watching the fucking big screen
yeah.
monitor, and the camera was all on us. Bro, we was all sitting there still whispering to each other. Yo, that
Yo,
shit had me
what's that right
shook.
there? What's that right there? Yeah.
I said, nigga, what is that?
Bro, we
Other
sitting there
people-
whispering hard as shit, like
Nah, the fucking, you know
trying
what?
not to move your lips or nothing.
Yo, and then let's talk about the Korean mafia, bro. The Korean mafia.
Respect on their name, bro.
I know, we love the
On
Korean
the
mafia.
family, you know that's the family.
One thing about them, bro,
Oh.
they don't give no secrets out, bro. Like no type of knowledge, no type of, they ain't trying to help you on no tests, bro.
Oh,
Like,
Ian? And
Nah, Ian and them. There was some allies. There were some allies, but
You
then
had-
there
you
was
had to get-
you had to get inaugurated into that shit though. Like, they had to really feel you out and think that like, yo, we even took Ian to a fucking concert.
took him
in
to
New
Schoolboy
York.
Q.
Yeah, Schoolboy Q.
we got to get into that one. We got to get into that one.
Shout out to Ian, bro. Like, shout out to our South Korean friends for real.
No. All right. Sophomore year, because the few days before we went to Drake and Future Summer 16 tour, y'all went to Wiz. Bro, just get into it, cause y'all was tripping, and literally the day.
Wow, I am so sorry.
When y'all picked me up from the train station, y'all was already still cooked from the concert. We went out to breakfast because it was me, you, Louie, and Josh. And that was me and Josh never even like hung out like
Those were
that.
the early
Yes.
years, and Louis was still chilling with niggas, bro. Like,
Yo,
Nigga, that's when I was using the sponge brush.
yes,
bro, yeah, bro. Oh my god, memories.
bro, y'all just go and just talk about that because y'all was bugging out at that concert.
Yeah, I flew in, met him in Jersey from Cali just to go to that shit before we went back to school.
Bro.
We can leave that one for another time.
Now we could talk about
That's like a whole episode.
that was just an outer worldly experience. That's what I would say. It wasn't even outer body, nigga. That was outer
Worldly.
because the shit I seen that night was crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like that, and I hope and pray that I never see some shit like that again, bro. Cause okay. So look, the overall concert with the bad trip experience, fun. I'd rate that shit a 10 out of 10. But with that being said, there was some crazy shit that still till this day I don't know if it actually happened or if it was just part of the concert or whatever, because that actual concert while we were tripping had a major accident at it and the shit got evacuated. And people were running left and right, like out of the venue and shit. Like the shit was crazy. So like helicopters, and it wasn't like no like
ambulance,
like
everything.
like a lot of people got hurt, like because the fucking stage collapsed type shit, and everybody like fell on top of each other. But bro, like the episode, we were having an episode inside of an episode, really, because we were in the pit, we were right there in center stage. I can't tell you shit about the concert. I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't see Wiz, really. I didn't see Snoop. I survived all the way until
they didn't even finish the concert. They cut it short.
They cut it. Yeah, they did cut it short. But even when they did take the stage and everybody was lit, I wasn't there. I was there, but I wasn't there. Like they literally have footage of me blacking out, like just staring. Like I'm mindlessly gone. Like I was putting the blunt out on people's shoulders. Like,
oh, you were.
My sister passing out in the fucking crowd, bro. Like they pulling her out. Security. Most throw up. That's another thing. Most throw up I've ever thrown up in my life. I didn't even know my body could produce that much throw up.
I didn't know any human body could produce that much. Like That's some shit like where you see the niggas just empty out all their body. Yeah, and then nigga, they just
The Exorcist. Bro, and it's crazy because like I didn't eat nothing crazy that day. It was just a regular day, but I think because I was tripping that hard, bro, like everything that I've ever eaten in the history of me just had to come out that day.
Bro, I swear to God, I saw SpaghettiOs in it.
And it was crazy because I didn't just throw up on some like slick shit like bleh, like I threw up in front of a shit ton of people, bro, and everybody was watching me, bro. Like I literally look up with throw up all around my mouth and I just see people staring over the banister like, oh. Louis and fucking Josh going, yo, bro, just let it all out, bro. Just let it out. As soon as they said that shit, I just went crazy, bro. Like it was crazy, but yeah, what was your point of view, Josh?
Man, where do I begin? Like the part where I was chasing you through the venue, or
He was
the
my
part
savior. If it wasn't for
where
Josh, I think
you were
I
about
wouldn't
to
survive.
clear the blackberry lemonade stand.
Bro, just tell him the drug enforcement part. What did I drink?
Nah, this nigga was wandering around the event. He just took off like after he was over here trying to get some lemonade and shit. So I'm getting the lemonade. I turn around, this nigga dips. Stops at a picnic table for a second. I catch up. I turn my head. I look back. This nigga's gone again. I just see him running up the street. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I left everything and I just chase after this nigga. And he's over there running around. Goes behind like the counter of like a food truck area and shit. Niggas is like grabbing walkies, like
Bro, they were selling
on the
like where they were
walkies.
selling like alcohol and shit. I just clean walk off behind there, bro. Like standing there,
Bro.
just standing there, bro. They not saying shit to me, bro.
and then I see like the alcohol enforcement like agency. I didn't even know it was a group or some shit like that walk by, and he's over there doing that shit. And I'm like, fuck this.
I look at Josh while they're walking by.
And I went and sat down at this like picnic table, and there's like these women sitting there, and I'm like, y'all got any advice on how I can like get my friend to calm down? Or it's like, what's wrong with him? Is he drunk or something? And this nigga come over to the table, clears the whole table, like knocks all their food and drinks off everything. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And
Knocks
they get up
it
and
all
run
over
off.
them, bro.
Bro, and they get up and just dip.
Bro, like my body, no, on some real shit, bro. My body was on autopilot and I could see everything, and like mentally like be like, yo, like what the fuck's going on? But I had no control over anything, bro. So like literally while Josh is like trying to get me to calm down, I'm pacing back and forth like one of them motherfuckers on Mass Ave, bro, like a zombie, like literally like going back and forth, just mumbling to myself, right? And as soon as he sat down, I seen him getting comfortable and shit. My body just said, yo, go sit down. I literally sat down and I just had to stretch, bro. And when I stretched, I cleared that table. I cleared it. I cleared it clean. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
But I did.
Yeah,
The
and
reason,
then,
go ahead.
Then this nigga goes, yo, it's like they have a vacuum or something at the center, and they're just trying to pull us all in like a black hole. Like they want us to go down to the front and see what's going on. I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point of the concert. Everybody's at the stage, dude. We're in the pit, like we're at front row seats. Like,
So look, this nigga goes, yo, what do you see right now? And that's what I saw. So I see people, everybody. Like I just looked around. As soon as he said that, I just see everybody, bro, walking around, money just flying out of everybody's pockets. And it was going into the venue. Like I'm seeing this real time. I cannot make this up. And I'm seeing this money fly into the venue, like where we came out of. And I'm like, yo, that's what I said. And he said it. I was like, yo, it's like they're trying to trap us. They want us to go in there. And he's like, of course they want us to go in there, nigga. It's a concert. We paid money to go see these people. And then I was just like, damn, like it actually makes sense the way he just said that. And then that's when I clicked. That's when I was like coming in and out. Because before I was straight autopilot. But then I just started like
switch start
the
flicking.
switch started flicking. Like I was coming sober and then I was knocking out again. So Bake sale comes on, right?
Bro, this nigga took off. He's like, hey, I'm a bake sale. Nigga started jigging and everything. And then he takes off running towards the venue and look back like, come on, y'all, what y'all waiting for? And me, Alicia, and fucking Louie just look at each other like, let's go while we still got him. And nigga, we just run back in and like just party until the fucking stage collapsed.
Bro.
But that was a time.
That was a time to be alive.
That was fun. That's funny.
Then we went
When the plug says the L is strong and it made him feel uncomfortable, you know, you probably shouldn't take as much as he did. Take half.
Yeah, this is a disclaimer. Listen to your drug dealer.
Listen to your drug.
Listen to your drug dealer. Oh my goodness.
But don't do drugs. Don't let the dare bear down.
Speaking of all the drugs, talk about how we all took a trip to your house in Atlanta for Christmas break, and y'all got me high in your cousin's.
Jornor?
Yeah.
Jornor?
Anyways, yeah, it was a good time. Tariq got fried, y'all.
Jornor?
He
Jornorm?
was baking in the garage.
Go right!
Jordan Norman?
I don't know who that is.
You don't want to talk about it?
Anyways,
Jordan Norman?
Oh my goodness.
Bro, she was a critical part of that trip.
She sure was.
Well, it doesn't matter. We're at my cousin's garage. And we're in there smoking just 2 blunts, and it's like 4 of us. And Tariq's just sitting there in the circle, too. And later on, we're at Waffle House. This nigga, we're trying to order, and Tariq's mouth's all of a sudden glued shut. Nigga can't talk. We're like, Tariq, what's wrong with you? Like, order, nigga. He's like, I can't talk.
Bruh, the waiter came up to
Nigga
us.
burnt.
He was like, yeah, can I get a drink for you guys? And I'm like, I was like, wait, hold up. Can I get an orange juice? And I was like, yo, I can't speak. Josh is like, yeah, you're high. And I'm just like, what? Bro, first time ever being contact high. And I said, wow.
That's the ATL gas, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
That was literally the gas chamber, though. Like, I could not see in front of me after
We were in a
smoking.
garage, though.
Yes, it was in a
He was
It was in a
literally right
garage.
next to me, bro.
But
I
this
could not
nigga-
see him.
But it's crazy, though, because, like, this nigga sat in the hot box in the car, and, like, nothing's ever happened.
Oh, hold on. Before any of that, we go to Josh's house for like 2 days. His mom makes us a nice southern meal. It was very delicious. The next morning, no, nigga. No. The next
Why don't we
morning,
talk about the part where we walk back in the
she's
house
like,
after
yeah,
the
what you
session?
guys doing today? No, because we going to get to that part. She's like, what are you guys doing today? And we was like, yeah, we're probably going to chill and hang out. She goes, Josh, why don't you take him down to the Coca-Cola factory?
Facts.
And he's like, all right, yeah, Tariq's probably going to get a haircut. We can all go to the Coca-Cola factory and everything.
You got a lineup, didn't you?
No, I didn't. We went to your barber and he was like, yeah, I'm full for today or whatever. You probably come back in a little bit. We never went back. We literally drove around. We went to your boy's crib here.
crazy. I don't remember
We
this
went to
story
Zaxby's.
well.
Bro.
We went to Zaxby's.
We went to Zaxby's and I was like, see, it's good, right? It's good, right? I was like, that's cool. It's whatever.
Right. He was like, yeah, he was, that's all right.
Yeah.
And then we were like, we should have went to Checkers. I remember that combo.
Bro, and then we went to Lenox Mall, and that's when I was hella hyped to be in there. We went to that burger spot for dinner. It was like it was
yeah.
it was like it was like under the mall or whatever. Oh, it was like
That
on the
was
outside.
First time we ever used that cupcake vending machine thing.
Yeah. Starting to come back to you now. Look at him. And
It
then
was like Z Burger we went to or some shit like that.
yeah.
I got a good memory. I remember that shit.
And then we got a hot box. So then go ahead and tell them what happened after when we got back to your house.
Shit, they thinking, yeah, his mom's not gonna be up. I'm like, guys, she's probably gonna be up. She's gonna be sitting on the couch.
It was like 2 a.m, kid.
Bro, because that's where I get, the night owl in me from. So we walking in, these niggas try and run up the stairs. I'm like, it's not gonna go like that. They're like, nah, we're just gonna go in and run right up. I'm like, okay. Walk in, here these niggas go. Trying to run up the stairs. My mama, hey, where y'all going? What's up?
How was
I ain't even gonna lie,
how was the
bro.
Coca-Cola factory?
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That had me shook.
She was sitting
To
right there.
see your mom sitting.
Yeah, because
up,
they was like still getting ready for like
wide
Christmas and stuff. They were
Wide
getting ready
awake,
for
bro.
Christmas.
Bro, like I'm sitting here thinking like it's like my crib. Like my mom, bro, passed out, knocked. Like I'm just walk up the crib, lock up behind me, and I'm going to bed. Feel me? Like, nah, that shit had me like, you know how when in animes when they see somebody and they like get froze up.
Yeah,
That's how I was, bro.
that's exactly what you look
seen
like
that
too.
Bro,
she's up.
before we walked in the house, Josh was like, yeah, she asked about the Coca-Cola factory. Just say, yeah, y'all had a great time. Y'all had cups, but y'all just like threw them away as son. All right, cool. We run in there. She's like, yeah, how was everything? Yeah, it was good. Yeah, Coca-Cola factory was really nice. All right, have a good night, y'all. We all give her a hug and everything.
Yeah, she said, I ain't gonna get no hug.
Me and Drew, we did that. We went right up the
Niggas was trying
stairs.
to run up the stairs, and I tried to sneak up behind these niggas too, cause she already done called us back once, and she's like, "Hold on, Josh, come here right quick." I'm like, "Damn."
She did that. I literally said,
He did. He hit that shit on the stairs and ran. I'm like,
bro, I already knew what the vibes was as soon as she said that, bro. I said, damn, she hit us with the sniff test. It's over for this kid, bro.
I'm like, damn. That's why she want the hug. We're fucked.
No bullshit. I really thought she was gonna grill him about the fucking Coke factory because we ain't coming with no soup. Y'all hit the Coke factory. You all right? You good?
You got Rona?
Open up that,
No,
crack that
nigga.
window, please.
Breathe.
We killing this nigga,
Bro.
Yeah, crack that one too, please.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get Ricky.
This kid over here coughing and
Bro, that story, oh my goodness.
bro.
But nah, then she pulled me to the side and she's like, why that one with the glasses smell the worst? Why he look so faded?
Tariq was tired of shit.
How was I the one that got singled out and I didn't even touch
I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it was an honest answer. I said he doesn't smoke, so I don't know. He smell the worst though. And I'm like, I don't know, mama.
Oh my God.
Good times though.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Bro, I will forever, anytime I see his mom, I'm gonna be like, bro, this nigga never took us to the Coca-Cola factory, bro.
Tell me why last time.
I won't ever say it to her, but I'm always gonna think it.
So tell me why last time I went down there, right? I'm like, yo, let me get a haircut. It's like, yeah, I got you. We're gonna go. It's like, all right. Brings me to the spot he took you, right? They gone. It's a fucking AT&T now. This nigga Josh goes, I don't know where they at. Da-da-da-da-da. He's like, hold on real quick. Yo, just stay right here. He goes inside the AT&T. He going to ask questions where the barber shop at. Bro, I end up going next door to a beauty
because
salon.
one of the barbers that I used to know was in there, so it all worked out.
Bro, why are you always having the worst like haircut stories, bro?
Speaking of haircut stories,
the craziest.
you remember when you let me line you up? And,
I just thought about that too.
bro, I still got that video. I
Josh
did good.
done messed my goddamn hairline up in college.
Nah,
No,
it was
yes.
straight. As long as he, he was leaning a
The
little.
best thing he did was give me a sponge so I could start doing my hair just like him. He messed my hairline up though.
Two major embarrassments I've ever had with my haircut was college, you, me, and Nandar. When I needed a haircut bad, and we was up there, and I did not know shit.
Bro, we were
about
driving
anything, bro.
around. He was like, yo, should I just go to Supercuts? And I'm like, I wouldn't.
And
I'm like, I wouldn't go, but I mean, if you need a cut, like, why not?
Nigga,
Like,
I needed one bad, bro, like really bad. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to Supercuts. Bro, these niggas sitting in there. This nigga Nandar got his leg up with a magazine and shit, chilling. These niggas just sitting there. I'm like, yeah, can I get a quick shape up, like. She's like,
What shape?
she said, she said an edge up. I said,
Nigga, I would have. That's when you get up and run for your fucking life,
bro.
Yo,
No. So he gets in the chair. She puts the apron on him. Bro, she said, you. All right, all done. I said, wait, what? What do you mean you're done?
Shorty said, yeah, just pull my shit back.
Bro.
So not only do I now have a fucked up still haircut, but I got a pulled back hairline as well, bro. So my shit nappy and pulled back, bro. These niggas just saying, yeah, it looks good, bro.
Bro, I didn't say that.
nigga-
Their dog said that. I didn't say that. They said nigga should have went in there.
Bro, that shit was horrible, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I ain't never do that shit no more.
Bro, that don't beat the time. Y'all niggas, no, don't forget about the time out here.
That's what I'm saying. You were there too, right?
No, I was here when you were up the street from this spot.
And them
And
niggas
they put the bald spot in
my
your
shit.
head.
So look, so I was growing out my hair at the time, right?
Yeah.
I was at my first attempt ever. This is like our second year living out here type shit. And I was going on the fuck it, like this Dominican barber. Bro, the dude I usually go to was packed, right? So I was like, all right, bro, I'm gonna probably come back. They were like, nah, you go to this guy right here, bro. I think Matt and Chris were with me or some shit like that. Bro, these niggas, this is another time, just like how you and Nanda are, where I can see y'all niggas just in the mirror, just watching my shit get cut. Bro, this
Watching them
nigga
give
doing
you
my
the fuck
hair and
yo.
everything like that.
Hey.
Bro, I asked him to cut it with a 1. This nigga goes, all right. Literally, whole clipper falls off, bro. This nigga.
No. No way.
Bro, I look in the mirror. This nigga Chris and Matt like
The clipper fell.
the guard.
The guard fell off the clipper.
Nigga said, yeah. Whole damn thing just bald. Down to literally a 0.5, nigga.
Bro, that was a time.
Oh my goodness.
That nigga cut my shit with a 0.5, nigga. And I just said, take it all off, bro. I literally did the bowly oli for the first time, and I had the little bill, bro. Like niggas was clowning me, bro.
Bro, slap the shit out of that nigga's head.
That shit was crazy.
That happened to me for the bachelor's graduation. I went to the barbershop. I always tell the dude, yo, just taper the sides. This dude started doing it, and he started doing the back. And I said, that doesn't feel right. And I said, wait. He already had half of it done. I was like, wait. I said taper. He said, yeah, the whole thing, right? I said, no. I said, bro, my brothers are coming up this week. What do you mean? Bro, literally, I just had taper the whole side.
This shit was
with the
mushroom.
Bro, literally just had the goddamn freaking 2 on top with the whole thing cut. I said,
This nigga really got the bowly oli, bro.
I said, bro, they're going to slap the hell out of my head.
Someone's got to.
Crazy
Someone's
haircut.
got to.
Yeah, that's what happens when you move to a rural area and you don't know the barber.
Yeah, because y'all took me to that barber in New York and y'all let him fuck my shit up when I came back from California and I had to go back and I borrowed fucking Cheyenne's hairband, nigga, because my shit was so fucked up. I know y'all remember that because that's the whole reason why I got tapered now. Because I went in there and I shaved the rest of the shit around myself.
Bro, why do I remember that? We were walking.
Because niggas was going.
We were in
they
Poughkeepsie,
really
right?
fucked my. Yes.
Bro.
We were in downtown.
Worst barber.
No, we were right
Worst
up,
barbers
right up
ever.
the street. Yeah, at the white barbers.
Yeah, yeah. And then you actually found black barbers, and that's where we all started going.
Yeah, because I said never again. I found it was a stud named Ari or something like that.
Yeah.
But nah, she was giving them clean ass lineups though. She was doing her thing.
I went with Drew that one time. I said, "Yep, I'll be coming here now."
Oh yeah.
So you won't be catching me
I
at
forgot I
that.
started going out there after. Dead ass.
Her name was Ari.
I will say, anytime you need a food recommendation, Josh is always the guy to go to. Bro, I was in Italy. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Rome and stuff. Josh is like, what? I know exactly where you got to go. You got to go to this place. Yo, the food is this and that, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, cool. Bro, we're going there. And I'm with my friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, I don't know how this food is going to be like. We're sitting down at the table. I'm over here nervous as hell. Bro, food come out, fire. I said, thank you, Lord. I said, Josh really hooked me up.
Across the country.
Bro,
Across the country.
I said, Josh actually knew what he was talking about out here.
I
Okay.
know a little something.
That ass.
When did you go to Italy? Was it before? It was before school?
It was when I was in high school.
High school. Okay.
Yeah, I was like 15 or 16. I went there into Dubai. So that was a pretty cool experience. But free game for the haircuts. If you got hair like one of us, you know what I'm saying? You got some naps.
Don't go to Supercuts.
Don't go to Supercuts.
Oh yeah, that should be number one.
Should be number one.
That should be
That's a
number.
sin. Don't ever go there
Don't
unless
ever
you just
do
want to
that.
shave everything.
Attempt
off
to
your
cut
head.
it yourself before you go to Supercuts.
Absolutely.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah, with like a butter knife, even if you had to. Like, fuck it.
Do what the Nigerians do and use the hammer and just
Yo,
do.
they should be clean.
So you said an edge up?
Yeah,
I said,
no.
oh no.
I
Yeah.
got my own Supercut
I said,
stories.
yeah, edge up, cool. Let's do it.
But
40 beans.
oh god,
40 beans.
Yeah.
for
40
that-
beans for the
that
fuck
air-
me up.
For that fuck me up. She pulled my shit way back, bro.
Bro, yeah.
Go to churches though. Look up at churches anywhere you are. I don't know if they're still in a lot of places, but look up a hood chicken spot, and I promise you,
Nigga, bat wings.
right
KFC.
next door, you will always
barber.
find a black barber shop, bro. I promise you, and it'll be cheap cut too.
All right. Mention memorable places that we've eaten that were super sketch. KFC. And it wasn't the regular Colonel Sanders KFC. I'm talking about Kennedy's Fried Chicken. That was some bat wing shit.
Bro, yeah, that spot was most definitely sketch.
You ever been there, Tariq?
Oh, here?
Nah, that was in
Poughkeepsie.
back in school.
I don't remember.
Nigga,
Bro.
you go in and they have like a popcorn style machine, nigga, and it was all
And
full of chicken wings.
Like how
a
how
whole
they had it
chicken
in the
wings.
movies, but they would just have it
Full of chicken.
full of chicken. But the chicken looked weird. It didn't look like your typical chicken wings
some
and like
big-ass
thighs and
wings.
shit.
What?
Bro, and I'm like, nigga, these niggas is out back just catching bats. Because remember, back then, me and Josh, we would come back from John's late from campus, right? And there would always be bats flying around the fucking the street lamps and shit. So I said, yo, these niggas is out back snatching bats and deep frying them
They shoot him down.
and throw their ass in the fucking popcorn case.
Bro, and we literally in the restaurant while he's like putting this whole like theory together in his head, nigga. So I'm sitting here like, yo, come on, I literally just paid. Like why would you say that now? Why would you say that
Bro,
now?
that shit
Like,
was so crazy, yo.
yeah, nah, this nigga was tweaked.
Oh my goodness, bro. There's too many stories. Oh my
And
goodness.
many more.
Dutchess County Fair.
Josh wasn't there for Dutchess County though.
I don't do fairs.
Yeah. Why
There's
not?
always a stabbing or a shooting. every
Okay,
year
well,
in
they-
Atlanta
that's
at the
what-
fair.
That's
Not
why.
at Dutchess County.
No, he just had white boys putting their dirty
White
feet
boys,
on
yeah.
dashboards and stuff, on armrests and everything.
I will always leave 10 minutes before. It's so crazy.
Really?
I literally get in the car halfway home and just hear on the radio, yeah, there was a stabbing. I'm like, what the fuck, nigga? We was just there. Shit was just sweet.
Yeah.
I'm like, crazy. I'm just not going to go no more.
Waffle House. We stopped where in Virginia first when we drove down. And
That's all we
I think it
ate.
was Maryland.
it was yeah, Maryland. And when I seen Josh looking around, he said, "There ain't no flies." I said, "What?" He goes, "There ain't no flies. It ain't gonna be good." I said, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "If you don't see flies, it's not a good Waffle House."
So
I
shout
said,
out to my boy Day Day for that logic. For real. But that is crazy. That shit.
I said, "What the hell are you talking about?" Our food came out. It was not that good. He said, "I told you." Then the one we went to in Atlanta, I said, "I don't see any flies in it." He said, "Nah, don't worry, but this is a good one. The food was good." So I use that now. If you go to Waffle House and you don't see no flies flying around,
You usually see a flyer or two in there. But,
Nah,
it
yo.
was the winter, so, you know, it was extra.
Crazy,
cold, but-
craziest thing I seen was when we were in Florida, and we were living down there when I was with Chris and Eli. We went to a Waffle House, right? Go in. There were flies, so I was like, all right, we're good, we're good. We sat down at the counter, bro, and we're watching the dude cleaning the fucking flat top, right? So he's scraping it into a bucket, right? This man literally takes that same bucket and threw it right back on top of the motherfucking flat top, bro. And just let the shit bubble. And literally just wipes it down with a rag. And I said, we gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know what sort of black magic that nigga was cooking up on the stove.
That's food poisoning. That's what that is. That's what that nigga cooking up.
Bro, that's some crazy.
We out of
shit.
here, bro. We literally got the fuck up and left, bro. I was not fucking with that shit. I was like, yeah, nah. Like, we're all for the flies, but that practice right there, yeah, nah.
Nigga, that's a new art.
I said, we all looked at each other. We said, oh, no. That shit was crazy.
That nigga's a grease bender.
Bro.
Oh my goodness. Was there a class in SCIA in general you was just like, oh hell no, I gotta get out of here? You just like, you couldn't do it.
Bro. What was that shit called? Gastronomy?
Yes. You did have a gastronomy class.
Bro, I'd be in there like...
Nah, this nigga would be in that every class. Like that. What the fuck is he talking about, bro?
Bro, I'd be tired, I ain't gonna lie. Class be long as hell, early as hell.
Nah, do you remember America's when we flooded the kitchen?
Y'all niggas flooded.
Nah.
He was in the class.
Nah, we want to talk about shit, bro. Let's talk about this nigga Josh, bro. First major one.
Wait.
What?
Which one you gonna do?
Nah. I got two of them,
The
bro.
first week?
Nah, this was when we were in
Professionalism?
Nah, this was it. We were in actual class.
I know what
Patanovich.
you're talking about.
We was with Patanovich,
We're in
bro.
Down.
Oh, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
you was in
no.
Bocuse. Because me and you had
Bro,
P for
We were in
bounty.
Bocuse. Look, we sitting there. This motherfucker calls us to the classroom and shit. We're all doing the classroom shit. We sitting down. I think we had to give like presentations or some shit for the day or whatever we were fucking making or some shit. Josh sitting literally right next to me on the right hand side, bro. This nigga's like, like my stomach. And I'm like, nigga, what? He's like, bro, I can't do this shit, bro. I'm like, whole time I'm trying to concentrate on these motherfuckers up there at the front of the class, giving a presentation. All I hear in my ears, So I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my God,
then I ain't
my
gonna
shit
lie.
was in shambles.
He started farting.
When was it?
The fart came out. I didn't. Let's be honest. He started letting it out.
Bro,
So then once I
thought
smelt
was gonna
it,
pop.
I'm like, nah, this nigga really gotta get out the class, bro. So yo, I think Patanovich was like, he was on everybody's ass or some shit, but this nigga would not get up to go to the bathroom to save his life,
Bro, because he was in a mode that day. He looked like he would have just slaughtered anybody who stepped wrong. Like,
bro.
I'm like, bro, I gotta
So-
hold it.
This man was holding it for his life, bro, and then
I started sweating.
it got to a point where he couldn't even do it no more, bro. He just got up. This man was walking down the aisle of the class, bro, holding his stomach and cupping his asshole, bro. Yo, I'll never forget how he waddled out the class, bro. And everybody seen him do this
I had to walk down the middle of the aisle. And it was dark. This nigga was
Bro,
doing a
yeah, it was
presentation.
dark. They had the presentation going. So he's like holding his stomach and cupping his butt and like waddling down the aisle, right? And goes to the door and just walks out. And everybody's just looking. And then nothing. It was just straight silence for a solid minute, bro. Like it was straight silence. And Patanovich just goes, all right, proceed. And then everybody just keeps going on with their fucking presentation. That shit was crazy. Second
Bro.
craziest thing I ever seen this nigga do, bro.
What wrong with that?
Bro, it's always something on the street, bro.
Second craziest thing I ever seen this nigga do, bro. This nigga calls out of class, right? This nigga don't say shit. Don't. Yo, I already knew the vibes. Like, this nigga just wasn't going to class type shit. Bro, so we go to class and everything. Patanovich is like, oh, where's Norman? Da 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 da. Whatever, cool. Don't see Norman. Don't nobody know where Norman at. Cool. Boom. We all doing our classwork and everything. All of a sudden, this man come back in. He's fucking mad, bro. Like, I'm like, I'm like, damn, who pissed this motherfucker off? Like, he was chilling before, like, he left.
Petanovic is normally chill, too.
Literally, like, and he was chilling, like, laughing, joking. Man walked out, came back, and man was a different man, bro. So he goes, you'll never fucking believe this. He said, why the fuck did I just catch Norman and Bounty at the burger bar? So I'm like, I say no fucking way, bro. I remember that. When he said that shit, I said, there's no fucking way this nigga is that dumb, bro. There's no way you call out of class and come to campus and eat in the restaurants where your class is.
Why didn't you just go to the egg?
It's crazy because it's really across the hall. It's kind of a long hallway, but
bro,
I never expected that nigga to be in there. He was not supposed to be in there,
bro.
He was not, and neither was that.
He was hot, bro. That shit was so crazy.
I remember I was sitting there.
Oh my god!
And then I'm like, and I look up at Shorty's face, and she's just. Yo, what's wrong with you? Bogdanovich just walked behind you. And he saw you. And he saw me. I'm supposed to go there next. And I'm like, oh, shit. Bro, that was a time.
Nigga, that shit, he had that class on fire. That
right.
But no, shout out to Chef P because
Chef
I ain't
P
gonna lie. I met Chef P when I came to have dinner at the CIA. He was running Bocuse at the time, and he like spoke to me and shit, gave me some motivational speech, and I was like, you know, fuck it, this spot's cool, I'm gonna come here.
Who is your most memorable teacher?
Shout out to Fundy Chef DePerry. Shout out to Chef Viverito.
All right, just one chef.
Just one.
Yeah, that like you really like ultimately fucked with your whole experience through CIA.
Chef DePerry was pretty cool, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I think he was getting fried on the low too, because one day he came in, he was like, and we were like, no fucking way. He's like, what? What's wrong? And we were like, oh nah, nigga, we on your ass.
They was all doing drugs.
But
bro.
y'all remember Chef Johnson?
Yeah, I remember Chef Johnson. Chris cut his fucking ankle.
Yeah, that was cool.
You remember that shit? I'll never forget. That man had to
Why
call
was that
out.
nigga the hardest on us too? Like,
bro, why did Chris have him? Still till this day, I think that nigga booby trapped his shit like that, bro. Because there is no way in hell your paring knife, freshly sharpened, is just poking out the side of your fucking knife kit. Like, it was sitting on top. Like, it wasn't just poking through the panel or nothing like that. That shit was sitting on top, just like when you open up the first flap. Shit just sitting there like it was like a bayonet or something, bro. That shit.
Yo,
that shit
crashed out.
Oh, that shit fell off the counter, sliced that man's ankle. He said, God! You know, and you know black people, bro. Like, that man said, God damn! I said, yo, he lifted up his hand, seen blood. I said, oh shit, that nigga got cut. Like, he's like, who's cutting back is this? Johnson. I said, anytime shit would go wrong, bro, they would be like, Christian Johnson. I'd be like, yo, that nigga is dead, bro. Dead meat.
bro, hold on. And Bounty, why the hell did you have the easiest station? Bro, this nigga just made...
Nigga, it's because they literally overcrowded our class, remember?
Yes.
What do you have?
They made up a station for me.
Entremet or something like that.
Yeah, and I had to like...
What do you mean? We had that in, what's it called? Bocuse.
No, but like...
Sides, right?
But in Bounty, that station didn't exist before our class because our class, it had too many people, but they're like, we're going to make it work. So they gave me a station called Entremet and like, you're going to run this station by yourself.
Bro, it was like... it was
I had
Eli,
to borrow
Josh,
everybody
me.
else's shit to run my station.
Oh, prep?
No. I was like firing shit like to order, nigga.
Oh, damn.
Bro, Diggums is all the way
They
on
didn't
that
give you like
side.
Bunsen burners and shit?
Nigga, no. I would have to go like 20
Not
feet
Bunsen
over.
burners.
He had a goddamn
induction burners.
He had a goddamn like casserole dish with like some sweet potatoes or whatever. It had every time he got an order, he gave it to Petanovich to throw it in the microwave. Bro,
That one. That was like a dessert.
Bro.
type of sweet, yeah, that one.
It
It
was
was a sweet potato in a cast iron dish. Then I had like the
Niggas was throwing
what
cast
like
iron in the
Brussels.
Bro, it was like the this nigga had the easiest god. He did nothing.
Wait, I'm
No.
still stuck on the cast iron in the
My
microwave.
shit was only the hardest because I had to borrow everybody's shit, and I have to be like, hey, can I have an order up right now? And you're like, well, nigga, I'm doing something. I'm like, well, I need it too right now, nigga. And then I gotta run 20 feet over here to Chris to put this shit in the steamer, then run back over here, roast it. Hey, can I use that? Thanks. Then I gotta run back over here, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, nigga! Like, they should not have did this. I said, where was this before? He said, oh, we had it all right here, and I'm like, well, nigga, that makes so much more fucking sense. Like, why are you over here trying to jam pack shit that don't make sense,
Bro,
Craziness.
Bounty was. I was like, why is he right here? And
And I was literally in the way.
bro, I'm over here swinging freaking hot pans around. Josh is just, you good? You need anything? No, Josh. Let me plate. Bring my plate down or something.
Got you.
It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, if I help somebody else, then I can get to their station faster, nigga. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? This
Right.
shit's
What about you?
bullshit.
Who is
The one chef,
for you?
DePaulo, honestly, probably DePaulo was really cool after like everything, all the hell he gave us. But Batanovich was like, he was real with us, so I can't be mad on him. And honestly, Chef P was really dope. Honestly,
Wait, none of y'all had Katarina, did you?
no,
Damn, I was the only
went from
nigga that
Bowden
had
to Bocuse,
Katarina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yo, G,
you had G.
G, that man, yo,
coolest nigga on the planet.
coolest nigga on the planet, bro, for real, like, coolest nigga on the planet.
Yeah,
Invited us to a house party and shit.
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
Thought we was gonna get got, not gonna lie, but we didn't. Made a fire ass pork loin. That shit was fire. And what was his name? The kid that was always with him, bro. Russell. Y'all remember Russell?
It was like the bigger kid, right?
Nah, he was a skinny, like preppy, pretty boy type. Russell. He had like bad face shit going on at the time, at least.
No.
But yeah, he had a lisp. He talked weird too.
I still remember who you talking about.
Yeah, him. He was pretty cool too when he was off the clock. I feel like all those managers, MITs. Yeah, they were cool off the clock because Mark, we got cool with Mark, like really
Bro,
cool with
I
Mark.
still hit him up every now and again. He live out in Mass.
In Mass, yeah.
Oh,
And what's it called? Jaquan.
Jaquan.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, chef.
Oh wait.
Oh wait.
Daryl, that's not the right recipe. You're like, yo,
that nigga
Jaquan,
Jaquan.
come on, not today, bro.
Bro, nah, when he get real mad, he just I said and like, yo, I'm like, all right, nigga, all right, yo, chill out.
Order fire table 12. I said order fire. Like, damn, all right, we hear you. Wait, damn.
Wait, chef.
Oh, wait.
Oh wait.
Oh wait. I'll be like, yo, chill. Chef Mo, Asia's.
No, we didn't have. We had, what was that freaking? We had the dude in Asia's. Bro.
Chef, was it Partisan?
I don't even remember that nigga. That nigga, I didn't like him.
No. The
Why
chef
I feel like y'all got the bad chefs? Like, what's going
He
on?
was cool because he has a website. If I can figure it out again, bro, I might have it like a link in my email or some shit. But he has the website for you can go back to your class
And see
and
everything.
see everything that y'all did during your class. If you want to like remake some of the dishes, nigga, I found it a couple times and used it, but I don't know where the fuck it is now. I gotta go search deep.
No,
Your
we had
class is crazy.
No, we had Morano for
Yeah, the
for
old dude,
meds.
I mean, he had the fingers like that. This nigga,
Bro,
Tariq- this
that
nigga Tariq
evil
came in
that
day.
evil man.
Remember Tariq
when I
came
was
in.
about to fight him.
He was about to fight this nigga, bro. Tariq had shaved, and you had to
No.
go back.
No, he had.
No,
Didn't he have
it was for the plate.
Oh, when he threw the plate at you?
in my stomach? Yeah, when Shelby over here right behind me and it ran out after I was getting yelled at.
I would have ran out too. Fuck it. I don't need this.
Bro.
Crash outs in class, yo.
Yeah, this nigga was finna tweet.
I'd see
bro.
some.
He was finna knock
He's
this
seen
old
some
man
crazy
out.
shit, bro.
Bro.
Shit that I didn't think that I would be seeing in culinary school.
Who did y'all have for banquets?
We had DePaulo and then we had the other dude.
Yeah, we switched. Remember, we both had the same teachers.
You had
Freshman,
freshman.
it's a
Freshman,
wonderful
he had
thing. The other teacher, the fat dude, it's a wonderful thing. You put the sauce on the spaghetti, and it's a wonderful thing. He would always say that shit.
I had the skinnier dude. I can't remember his name.
He was like a cokehead.
He was the cokehead.
Yeah.
He made all the other cokeheads look like amateurs. Like, bro, we show up at 4 a.m. for fucking banquets or some shit, and he's just, I'm really fired up right now. So, what? Yeah, so we're gonna go in and you're gonna show you some things.
Wait,
and,
isn't that
bro,
the same teacher that we had for breakfast class in the egg? That dude was fucking
we had
fired
3
up
different chefs though. Oh, that for the breakfast ones?
for breakfast, bro. I think that was
No. Right, the breakfast chef, he was on go.
He was on coke.
He yelled at every, it didn't matter
Bro.
what station you was. That man was coming at.
Do you hear me? Banging the rolling
Yes,
pin on the
yeah,
fucking
I
counter.
remember.
He fucked with me.
Bro,
Nah,
I
he
was,
fucked with me too.
bro, I
It
was
was
glad.
like when we
I
had
was
to
glad I
make
did
grits.
freaking.
You weren't in my class.
Nah, I wasn't.
I'm
in
glad
your
I
class.
made free. I was on the goddamn yogurts and parfaits in that goddamn breakfast class.
Bro, when you had to make the buckwheat pancakes and shit, bro, they
I
was
ain't never
on
made
your
them.
ass, bro. They was on your ass. The quinoa pancakes. I would use
Those were ass.
that shit used to
Bro,
be nasty as fuck.
who was you? Was you
People would
there?
be ordering them. shit.
I'd be using my blue points too for them shits.
Bro, who
Not
was
gonna
there
lie.
when Bookie leaned on the glass
And
and,
broke that shit.
egg?
I
Broke it,
remember
nigga.
that
Oh
shit.
my god.
Yes,
I
bro.
remember that shit. We were coming out of the gym actually.
Bro, I forgot we was in class and we had a horrible day, and then all you hear is shh. We look
And you
over
just
and it was
see
just Bookie. I'm just like, oh no.
We were literally coming out of the gym
Powerful
that
nigga
day.
shit.
I forgot who I was hanging with. We came around the corner and they had all the fucking cones up and shit. I just see Bookie just standing there in mad glass, and I'm like, I walked out the egg and went to my dorm room.
Like, yeah,
Didn't even question. I just
They're
was
gonna
like,
associate me with him.
literally, I was
Oh my
just like,
goodness.
is that? Yeah, no, I'm out of here.
you got any more stories for him? We're gonna wrap it around.
With Josh, there's
we-
too many fucking stories.
We got
Numerous.
Why do I feel
one
like
question.
there's
Yo,
definitely
you got another question before we go to wrap around?
nah, I'm chilling right now.
All right, let's do it. Wrap around.
Oh my god,
What are you doing? Now he's breaking our mics. Look at him.
bro. Clearly, I told you. I'm sorry. Get nervous on the game.
I'm dead.
All right, wrap around. We're throwing questions at you. You got to answer as fast as you can.
I'm just gonna hold this then. Fucked it up.
Favorite place to travel?
Anywhere.
Favorite Atlanta restaurant?
Poor Calvin's.
Favorite fruit?
Lychee. Or lychee. Rambutan, whatever. Same thing.
Fuck. What does this nigga
This isn't very fast.
You said ice cream already?
No.
Favorite Southern cuisine?
Fried pork chops smothered in gravy.
Fucking Southerner. bro.
Country fried steak smothered in gravy.
Fucking Southerner.
Some grits. I love it.
Biscuits. You like biscuits?
Love a biscuit.
Yeah, he does
Be
love
done right
biscuits.
though. You know what I'm saying?
Do you like your collard greens vinegary or spicy?
Why didn't you say sugar?
Or do you like sugar?
Fuck that.
Favorite strand to smoke?
I don't know. Like, they're all so blended. When I find one that I like,
Good answer. Good answer.
I follow the terps.
Favorite video game?
Too many to pick.
You gotta pick one, pussy.
Favorite game you're playing now?
Cyberpunk.
Sick fuck. Favorite TV show?
Childhood Yu-Gi-Oh.
Adulthood?
Smiling Friends.
Sick fuck. He's sick, man. This kid needs help.
One place you haven't traveled to yet that you like to go?
Korea. The southern part.
Last one.
Worst food you've ever had? Worst dish, I guess, you ever had?
The worst dish I've ever had. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. There was one time. I love you, PJ, but my boy PJ took me to this spot in San Francisco, and this nigga had us eating at this Chinese buffet, and they made my plate. And after they made my plate, like on the hotline, I thought they just finna hand it to me, right? They turned around and put it in the microwave, my nigga, and warmed it up, and then turned around and handed it to me.
You want to know another San Francisco memory? Me and Josh. So my first time out there, right? I'm from New Jersey.
You didn't break it.
At the time,
You just got twisted.
At the time, New Jersey was highly illegal. I go out to California to go smoke with this kid. We're on the block smoking a blunt. Kids going to school.
Now you're messing it
You're
up,
just
Josh. What are you doing?
What are you doing, man?
What are you doing?
We're talking about when you was
And we're smoking, right? Hold on. We're smoking, and this dude comes up to us, and he goes, "Yo, what's going on, young bloods?" And I literally, being me, just was like, "Oh shit, what's up?" Gave this nigga a fist bump. No, I dapped him. I dapped him up. I fully dapped him up.
You dapped that nigga.
And Josh did not approach this man. He stood to the side and just nodded his head. And the man looked at Josh, nodded his head, and kept walking. So then I go to hit the blunt, and I turn back around. I'm enjoying myself. I'm in California, you feel me? Josh goes, "Why did you touch that nigga?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" I just dapped him up. He said, "That was a homeless man, bro."
Bro. You're
This
sick.
nigga's literally just dapping up junkies in the tenderloin, bro. And
Bro,
if you know what
you're
the tenderloin is, like, he's
Bro,
like,
I don't
really
know shit,
tweaking.
bro. Every time I go out to California, it's not good.
That was,
bro.
You
that
should
was
just
that
stay
you?
out of Cali.
Was that you
Was
who
it?
passed the blunt to the nigga too?
No, I ain't passed. Yeah, I think I did pass the blunt to him actually. Like it was a roach. We gave him the roach. That's what it was.
Yeah, because he tried to pass it back.
Yeah.
I told him to keep that.
Yeah,
shit.
we gave him the roach.
Bro,
I remember that.
this nigga was tweaking.
But yeah, I did dap him. I fully embraced that
Dapped
nigga.
him, tried to smoke with the nigga, everything.
Yeah, embraced him. He said, "Come here, bro. You good?
Probably,
you good? You
probably
straight?"
right after, like literally around the corner. Never seen this before until I was out there with this nigga, bro. First off, whole row of cars just broken into. Literally, remember 4th of July, whole row of cars, just glass all on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? This is like something out of a movie. Second, we riding around and shit, bro. Whole alleyway, just junkies. Literally junkies, bro. Just chilling in there, just shooting up everything, like full. Like that shit, that was a full queue, bro. Full queue. They was all waiting in line. Shit was wild.
He said a full queue.
What else happened out there? Oh, this man gives me some shit called Spurt. Literally drink it. Bro, I'm chilling. I'm like, all right, gotta push my way back up to North Cali. I get in the car, literally turn that shit on. Whole body start vibrating, bro. on some shit I ain't never felt before. Like, I literally took the keys out of the ignition, called this nigga and said, "Yeah, I don't think I could drive back."
I said, come on back up.
Went right back up and chilled with him for the rest of the day, bro. That shit was crazy, bro.
Nah, it was good times.
Oh man. Well, Josh, it was a pleasure having you on. And as always, stay dangerous.
You already know. Gotta stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.
Oh, no stay black?
I hope so.
Before you go, let them know where they can find you at, where they can, get in contact with you about any inquiries
Yeah,
you might have going on in the near future.
Yeah, you South Atlanta, baby.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, you won't know. So,
Oh, what the hell? God damn it.
I'm just playing. You can find me on LinkedIn at Joshua Norman, doing business development, sales, good stuff like that.
Nick.
Yeah, he does sales.
Project management as well.
He does a bunch of sales.
What's that supposed to mean?
He does a lot of sales.
We make the money.
There you go.
And we move the product.
Legal products.
Well, 10 years of friendship right here. We've been trying to get this for what, year and a half?
Now we got to get Chris on.
We've had Chris. Now we got to get James, John, and Bookie.
Y'all should have had Matt on.
He won't.
We had Matt on. It just wasn't a good episode 'cause we didn't. Yeah.
We were underdeveloped at the time, right? Wasn't it early stages when he got on? What was
Sure.
What was Matt's episode?
I think we had that conversation after
Oh, shit.
the camera go off.
Oh, all right. Shit.
Until next time.
Well, Matt, you have to come back on so we can do an official episode. But Cheftrick.com on Instagram and TikTok, Cheftrick4 on Facebook, Cheftrick on YouTube, Mix and Pop Podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Friday, 10 a.m. and Mix and Pop Podcast, MXNG Pop Pod on Instagram and TikTok. You can find all our clips on there as well. Follow us, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. Tell a friend, send it to the next friend, tell a friend to go watch this friend. So, yeah, that's all I got. Oh, actually, make sure you guys purchase your tickets for Paparazzi Rob's birthday bash at Passions, April 5th. I will be there selling food, so pop out.
Go get you a plate.
No kiss.
And you can catch me on IG at I Love You Drew. You can also catch me at Second Human. Also catch me here on the Mix and Pop Podcast, because if you're not listening to us, then
What are you waiting for?
what the fuck? That's not the line.
Did I just mess up?
Anyway,
What are you listening to?
anyway, with that being said, have a wonderful night, wonderful evening, wonderful morning, wherever you are listening to this, and we shall tune in next week.
Chef
Thank you
Norm.
for having me, y'all. Appreciate you.
Peace.
South Atlanta, baby. Leaving the building, everybody.
East Atlanta. Watch your
Zone
tone.
6.
South Atlanta, Zone 2.
Don't
Zone
watch
2.
me. Watch your shit.
Yeah, exactly.